Word up, Georgia Japan here with another story. This story is actually about how I got into Japanese variety in Gaki no Tsukai. It's also the story where I almost died due to influenza. So yeah, this happened back in 2007. I'm still in university, living in the off-campus dorms. And winter break had just started. I was feeling kind of sick, so I wasn't going out. And I remember one day I woke up and just every muscle in my body hurt. I've never experienced that kind of pain. And I had some major gallas in my throat. I don't know, there's a Hawaiian thing where you got all the phlegm and stuff in your throat. And I remember I just kind of rolled over and I looked at the alarm clock and it was like 7 a.m. Well, I'm on break. I'll just close my eyes here. I closed my eyes for what I thought was a moment. When I opened my eyes, it was still light out. And I looked at the clock. 6 a.m. I had slept for 23 hours. I was like, oh God. I thought I had just a regular cold, but I realized at that point, no, this ain't no cold. This must be like that influenza stuff. So I got up, I drank some water. It hurt so much to drink water. And I wasn't hungry, but I knew I should eat something, so I tried to eat something. And I was a heavy smoker back in university, and man, addiction will make you do stupid things. So even in this very bad condition, I was like, oh, I might as well light up a bit. And I remember taking that first puff, like, it felt like I was gonna cough up a lung. But again, addiction will make you do stupid things. So I was like, maybe the second one will be better. I used to smoke 7 Stars, this real heavy cigarette, man. God, but it's already lit, so I can't let it go to waste. Freaking stupid. Even in this horrible condition, I smoked. See, I was in like the worst shape I'd ever been, but I didn't have a thermometer, so I couldn't actually check if I had a fever, but I'm pretty sure I had a really high fever. I don't know, I was a stupid college student, so like, I can just survive this. I'll wait it out, I'll rest a few days, I'll be fine. So I just kind of rested. It had started snowing. Actually, it doesn't snow that much in Kyushu anymore, but back then, yeah, it used to snow and there was a snowstorm. And my symptoms were just getting worse each day. I didn't have a lot of food. I had like hash browns and instant ramen and like and instant fried rice, you know, no nutrition from that. So yeah, I was not getting any better, just drinking tap water too. Like, oh, I gotta go out to at least get food, so I might as well try to go to the hospital, see the doctor. Oh, and in Japan, they say go to hospital when they mean like go see a doctor. So I'm not like going to the ER or anything. No, I'm just gonna see a doctor is what I mean. Man, I lived in Japan too long. Since the snow didn't look like it was gonna let up, I figure I'm just gonna have to walk it. I guess in hindsight, I could have taken a taxi, but I was a broke college student. If I had taken that taxi, I wouldn't have had money for food. Luckily in Japan, they have the national health insurance, so going to see a doctor and getting the prescription drugs is not gonna be very expensive. So yeah, before heading out, I specifically checked to make sure I had my insurance card. Like, okay, I haven't really used this, but I gotta use it. Okay, and I went out into the winter wonderland. I guess you remember traumatic experiences really well because I can still see all that snow. Yeah, again, I was in the countryside. I lived like behind a farm, and I remember walking that long road. It just feeling so cold. Luckily, after the farm, it's a bit more city, walking towards the hospital, and there are convenience stores. Even in the countryside, there's a good amount of convenience stores. And I remember I would just like barge into them, like face totally pale, coughing and sneezing, and looking pretty dead. And people would be like, "Oh, I think he's one of them druggy gaijins." No, just sick. And yeah, those convenience stores were my bonfire, really. They revived me each step of the way. Again, normally the hospital isn't too far. It's just like a 20-30 minute walk. But it took me over an hour to get to the hospital. And oh man, was just so painful. And finally, I got to the hospital. I got in, went to the front desk, talked to the nurse. I was like, I think I got influenza. Can you help me? Like, yeah, sure. Fill out the form. Take out your insurance card. We'll get you processed. I was like, oh, thank God. Start filling out the form. Reach in. I forgot my insurance card on the table in my apartment. I had taken such special precautions to ensure that I had the insurance card that I left it right there on the table. And I was like, oh, I have an insurance card, nurse. I just forgot it. Can I still get checked out? And she's like, of course you can still get checked out. It's just you have to pay full price now, but then you can come back with your insurance card and you can get a reimbursement. So just pay the full price now, okay? He's like, I have like 1,500 yen. She's like, yeah, that's not gonna cover full price. Please, I'm really sick. Could you just check me out? And she's like, I'm sorry, kid. Could you go back and get your insurance card? Oh, okay, yeah, sure. I get it. And I went out of the hospital and was like, yeah, I guess I'll just be sick. It's okay. I'll just... The cold was chilling me to the bone. And I made my slow death march back to the apartment. I stopped into a convenience store to get some food. I know they overcharge, but I was like, I can't walk to the supermarket. I used all my energy for already. I'm done. I got some food and I went back into my apartment and saw the insurance card right on the table. It was greeting me like, welcome home, George. You forgot me. I decided just to stick it out. Luckily, I have really good friends that brought me some more nutritious food and better juices, and one even brought me some over-the-counter drugs. So I was recovering. It was just a really slow recovery. And by the time New Year's came around, I was better, but not 100%. So, you know, there's no way I could go out for any kind of New Year's activities. I was just there alone in my dorm room with nothing really to do. And I just flipped on the TV, and the No Laughing New Year's special, the hospital one, that was on. And I knew of Downtown. I knew a little bit about Japanese comedy, but I wasn't really a fan of anyone. But, you know, I had nowhere to go, and I just started watching it, and God, was it funny. I laughed so much, the muscle pain started to come back. And yeah, it started at what, like 7 p.m. and before I knew it, the new year had already rung in. It's like, wow, this is awesome. And after that, I wanted to know more about Downtown. I started watching their other programs, and I started really expanding into watching more Japanese comedy. And I guess I'm kind of thankful for that, because it's through Japanese comedy I was able to make even more Japanese friends, and yeah, it really helped in my understanding of like Japanese culture and pop culture. I guess maybe I would have eventually discovered comedy over time, but this is how I discovered it, through getting really sick. Yeah, I made a full recovery after that, and yeah, I guess that's about all I gotta say about that. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and have a glorious day.